be a short turnaround, good thing this week, just to get back on the horse?
I hope so. Yeah, it's been a very quick turnaround, but after our second half performance last week, it's probably what was needed.
Happy to see the sun shining and the wind a little bit less this week.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit better, our winter. Yeah.
I guess what was the message off the back of last week or that second half?
Oh, look, we spoke about it in review, and it's something that we've put into a little bit of practice. What we've got to fix, so let's just hope it gets done this week.
Another big game, I guess, into that last bye. Obviously, going to be expecting a real push empty the tank before they get that last little rest before finals.
Yeah, it's they've been very good at that. We've been a very consistent football team, so that's what we're looking to bounce back into.
I guess how do you sort of shut down Tommy Turbo? I guess returning to fullback, he's been a tough one for you guys over the years.
He's been a tough one for a lot of teams. I'm sure he'll be looking forward to showing people that he can still play fullback.
And I guess Jamal as well. You'll be hoping he'll be showing Manly everything that they'll be getting next year.
Well, that's up to Jamal.
Last week, you wouldn't say you needed a loss. Obviously, you'd never say that. But was it a good sort of reminder not to let any complacency creep in at this point in the season?
There's no complacency in the group, honestly. We just played poorly, and we're not the first team this year to play poorly, and we got what we deserve. So we've got to make sure we bounce back out of that.
I think the short turnaround is going to help with that, just going straight back into it.
I think from a mentality point of view as a player, when you're better than what you played, I think the short turnaround is good because it gets you back out on the playing field where you want to be more so than practicing. So, sometimes after those types of performances, a long week is a bit more arduous. It's a little bit more mentally tiring because you just want to get back out and correct what was poor.
We sort of mentioned Turbo before, but it's also Kaio's 50th game and going up against Turbo. Are you looking forward to that matchup? Yeah,
I think it's Kaio and I think it might be even Zach Hoskins' 50th NRL game. So, good for those guys, but when they get to those milestones for the Raiders, we'll celebrate them then.
So after this match, you've got one more home match. So how does it feel that you could potentially be hosting a couple of finals at home?
Yeah, there's a lot still to play out in the whole competition. When you look at the draw, the tightness of the top four, the tightness of the bottom eight, it's still so much to play out in this comp, and if you look too far ahead, you get burnt. So, we really haven't, and I'll answer those questions if it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll take what's on offer to us, and the good thing we got, it's everything's in our own hands.
Yeah, and obviously the Xavier Savage documentary dropped yesterday, and you featured in it. So how did it feel to be part of it and see it out in the world now?
Yeah, look, it was, I think it was a really good for Xavier. Big part of his maturity and development as a young man. Good for his family, his family back in Cairns, and I think also the wider family and people who have helped him along his way. It's to get to this level. There's a lot of people that help you behind what people see from a media point of view. There's so many people who are the unsung heroes in a lot of these boys' careers when they get to this level, and the people that are the unseen ones are the guys who are right behind you in the bad times. It's very easy to see the people when you're scoring tries and winning games of football. It's very easy to see a lot of people putting their arms around you. It's the people that you don't see in the tough times for each individual. So, that was portrayed very well in the movie, and I was proud for Xavier, but also proud that he's been courageous in regards to his journey. Leaving home, and his journey here hasn't been an easy one, and he's done a really good job.
So we had a good chance to talk with Seb and Xavier yesterday about the jerseys for Indigenous Round, and Seb speaking with pride about his uncle's role in helping it. Do you think you'll really see him rise to the occasion this week and get to represent that?
Well, I hope so. I'll let him wear it every week if it does. He's very, very proud Indigenous boy, and the remark about the jersey has probably been that this is our best one. in regards to the design of the jersey. They're all the boys are really quite lifted by the design of the jersey. They're very happy, so it's good.
I guess sort of a few quotes from Don, sort of suggesting you guys are looking to lock Papa down for next year.
Yeah.
Obviously good news for him and the club.
Yeah, I know Don's been talking to Josh's management, and that's ongoing, and Don's probably your best one to get a comment from, and he's here, so he'll probably give you a comment. But he's been enormous for us this year, and just the way he brings on the younger players and having that experience for those younger boys is, I can't go and buy that. It's something that's real. It's very authentic, and Papa's been he's a Green Raider. He's a green man, and it'd be lovely if it does come off. It'd be lovely to have him again.
I guess the flip side of that, there was talk of Trey sort of touring Newcastle during the week as well.
Yep, Trey came in and spoke to me. Trey's a great young bloke. He's very upfront, and we spoke about that. But a lot of that hinges on other things.
I guess a shame you sort of can't, or maybe not be able to keep both.
Well, we can. We can. I'm not too sure where the money is with Papa, but we can keep Trey. And it's not a matter of having to let him go. But I'll talk about that later on down the track if it happens. But it's more of a compassion thing for Trey. He's here for another 2 years, but it's also from a compassionate point of view as a coach. I also have to do the right thing for Trey as a person. He needs to be playing NRL. He hasn't been able to crack it here this year, but it's not to say he won't play this year. But I don't want to do the wrong thing by Trey as a young footballer who needs to be playing NRL.
How hard is that balance as a coach that we probably don't see every day, just trying to jump your roster?
It's the hardest thing. I mean, the easiest thing for me is to be greedy and keep Trey, and if he plays 4 or 5 games next year, great for us. But it's not good for Trey. So, as a person, I don't feel comfortable with that. As a coach, it's fantastic, but, there's coaches out there that wouldn't give us stuff. It's all about him, but that's not the case here with the Raiders. So I've got to look after the player too. And, Trey, Basami, they've been outstanding this year. They're both NRL players, and they're great depth for us. And as I say, I'm not afraid of putting them into any game of NRL if needed. But they're great depth, and probably gives us the strongest depth in the middle of the competition with those two boys. But I've also got to think about their careers.